It gives me great pleasure to send a message of support for the inaugural Asia CCUS Network Forum. I want to thank Japan and ERIA for their leadership in setting up a network focused on carbon capture technologies. The world needs CCUS to achieve net zero emissions because it's one of the only practical solutions for deep emissions reductions in some industries. And bodies like the IEA and the IPCC both regard carbon capture technologies as essential to achieve the goals of the Paris Agreement. Now, Australia's approach to emissions reduction is focused on getting new technologies, like CCUS, to parity with existing approaches. It's only by making these technologies commercially viable that they'll become scalable around the world. The Australian government will invest more than $20 billion in new energy technologies over the coming decade. Our investment will be guided by our technology investment roadmap and leverage at least $80 billion of total public and private investment by 2030. Carbon capture is one of 5 priority areas we've identified, along with hydrogen, energy storage, low emission steel and aluminium, and soil carbon measurement technologies. Analysis by the International Energy Agency shows that half the global reductions required to achieve net zero will come from technologies that are not yet ready for commercial deployment. That's why Australia is focusing on supporting innovation, research and development. And there is tremendous need for countries to work together and collaborate on that innovation. In the margins of the G7 summit in Cornwall, Prime Ministers Morrison and Suga announced that Australia and Japan would enter into a low emissions technology partnership. The Asia CCUS Network Forum provides opportunities to build on these partnerships and further develop our capabilities in CCUS to lower the costs of deployment. I look forward to working with my Japanese counterparts in the run-up to COP26 to develop tangible projects and initiatives backed by government funding to encourage private investment on top of that. Our focus with Japan will be on lower emissions LNG production, transport and use, clean fuel ammonia, clean hydrogen and derivatives produced from renewable energy or from fossil fuels with substantial carbon capture, utilisation and storage, carbon capture, utilisation and storage itself, and carbon recycling, as well as low emission steel and iron ore. Now, there is no shortage of opportunities to invest in CCUS in Australia. Our recent $50 million CCUS development fund was significantly oversubscribed, receiving applications for $1.2 billion worth of projects. In the end, we were able to support 6 projects that will deliver $412 million of investment and create 470 jobs. Some of these projects will capture and permanently store carbon from LNG operations and recycle carbon dioxide into manufacturing and construction materials. Another is Australia's first demonstration project of a direct air capture plant. Building on the success of this program, the government will shortly invite applications for support for a new $250 million CCUS hubs and technologies program. The program will fund demonstration of commercial scale CCUS projects and hubs and accelerate the development of carbon use technologies with export potential. Australia's Emission Reduction Fund, one of the world's largest and most rigorous offset schemes, will also encourage greater uptake of CCUS technologies. This fund has already delivered more than 92 million tonnes of abatement for our nation. A carbon capture and storage method will be finalised in the coming months, crediting efforts by industry to permanently store carbon underground. We'll look to develop a CCUS method in the near future. I look forward to further exchange of insights into this important technology and how we can accelerate its deployment at future Asia CCUS Network forums. Thank you.